Yes, I'm about to start it.
Okay.
Anytime now.
Sorry.
Are we ready?
Quiet on set, please. Hello, welcome to the second episode of Senioritis. I am your host, Kyla Kralapp.
And I am your other host, Kellen Kennedy. And today we are with our guests, Jenna Vredeveld, Summer Krull, and our celebrity guest that is joining us today, Owen Pitsch of the Pitch Podcast. A very good podcast.
Very good.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. We aspire to be on your level one day.
I know.
Even though you only have 2 episodes.
It's fine.
Well, so do we.
Yeah, we're honestly on your level.
We're on the same pace here, so.
Okay, so the icebreaker question today is, what is something you believed when you were little that you now know isn't true? For example, I used to believe in vampires. I thought they were coming for me. I slept with my blankets over my neck until I was like 14. So, Owen, let's start with you.
Probably the more cliche answer, I would say the tooth fairy. Because, like, I walked into my mom, I opened my eyes as my mom was putting the money under my pillow, and that really just crushed my dreams. So, yeah, I would say the tooth fairy. I truthfully believed in the tooth fairy, like, with all my heart when I was, like, 8 or 9 even. And then, 10 years old, it got snapped, so.
I feel like that's old.
Huh? No, my mom.
That's pretty old.
I just watched her put money under my pillow, and I just started crying.
That's
I'm not gonna lie.
traumatizing.
Sorry.
Cries
I know.
himself to sleep.
It really was traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
It really accounts for a lot of my personality today.
It shaped me as a person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can wait to unpack that. What about you,
Inner
Summer?
trauma.
Well, it's not like weird. Well, no, it's kind of weird. When I was little, I thought like it was completely illegal. Like the most illegal thing you could do is like drive someone else's car. Like I thought like if I'd see someone else drive my mom's car, I thought it was over. Like I thought they were going to jail. And recently, actually, last year, I found out that was not the case.
Last year?
Yeah. Jenna told me.
Yeah. Jenna broke the news.
I broke the news that I was allowed to drive her car.
I was like, what the?
She's like, no, you can't.
You can't do that.
So now I know, but
Is that something your parents told you?
no, we never went over it. I just, in my head, I was like, there's no way
Just a
somebody
really
could drive her
bad
car.
guy.
Did you take driver's training?
Barely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Jenna?
Well, my parents told me a lot of things growing up, but one of them was that if I showered during a storm, like, the minute the water would touch my body, like, I'd fry.
Oh!
And, like, they wouldn't let me
Fry?
shower in the storm, and, like, to this day, like, I get in the shower when it's, like, storming, and I'm scared.
Yeah, I
Like,
believe
Like, I
that too,
know it's not
actually.
true, kind of, but
What is the reason for that?
Why would they
Like,
tell
I
you
don't
that?
understand.
I think they wanted me to have trauma. There's just a lot of...
Yeah.
Maybe they believed it too.
Yeah,
Maybe they
honestly,
never
I don't
got
think I've
over
ever
that.
seen them shower in the storm.
Shower.
You watch your
Shower.
parents
Wow.
shower.
I've never
Well,
seen
I
my
know,
parents
I've never
shower.
seen them shower.
Have you ever watched your parents shower?
But, like, heard the water running during the storm.
Be honest.
No. I'm being honest, no.
Okay. That's interesting. That makes you think, like, what are things we believe now that aren't true that we're going to hold on until we're your parents' age?
Probably a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That I'm
let's-
not allowed to leave at lunch.
Alright.
At
You
school.
are not allowed to leave.
Yeah,
at
but, like, would
lunch.
they know if I left at lunch? Probably.
Yep.
How does this relate?
No,
I was just
not well
Not
at
at
all.
all. That's a
Jenna
bad
doesn't
segue.
know what
Bad
she's
segue.
talking about.
Kellen, you have
Okay.
anything?
Oh,
I-
yeah.
As a host, no.
But as a friend?
As a friend.
As a friend.
As our friend.
I'd have to. I mean, everyone else on this podcast is really good at coming up with answers very fast. So, unlike myself, I did not think about it before this.
Neither did I.
Neither did we. That's the first time we heard the question.
Anyway, cut that.
So you don't have an answer?
Well, now that this is not in the podcast, until I answer,
What?
This
I
is
can
off
take
the
my
record.
time.
Oh my god. Oh, you can't take your time.
Why not?
Come.
Fine, skip it. I don't care.
No.
I never answered
Did you just
the
come out of the
questions.
womb just like with full knowledge? Or like,
Yeah,
full
I
knowledge.
didn't believe any of that stuff.
Kyla, do you have anything?
She
My
a
thing was
vampire.
vampires.
Oh, vampires. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
I was so scared.
I believe in vampires too.
Actually,
I'm not putting it past reality.
I mean,
Come on.
I mean,
There could be a lot crazier things in this world. Like,
But
I
I
feel
feel
like
like-
vampires are reasonable.
I
Yeah, but I
watched-
feel like we'd hear about more stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I watched an episode of My Strange Addiction,
Mm-hmm.
where someone was addicted to drinking blood.
Oh,
But you're not a vampire. You're just
Right.
a person who
creep.
likes.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's segue into our main topic today. The question is, can you remember the first movie or TV show that you saw that depicted high school?
Yes, but I didn't like it. It was High School Musical.
Ooh.
I do not like that movie at all. Don't do that at me, Summer. It was a bad movie.
I really was just clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. It was a bad movie. I didn't like it because I guess that is the topic today, is that like its depiction of high school. I didn't like it for that. I also don't like musicals that often.
So you thought you
I'm
watched
sorry.
it when you were like
I'm
10 and you're
sorry.
like, yeah, there's no way that's high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I
Oh,
just because I had
okay.
3 older brothers, right, and I saw what high school was through them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
true.
So like I just saw like this is the most like fantasy thing I've ever seen on TV, and I just didn't like it. And I hate musicals, so there's
I don't
that.
know. Jenna's brother sang. I kind of thought it was real.
Yeah, there are musicals at school.
No,
You know the amount of people who walk around the hall singing?
that's not a musical.
I-
Like, it's not
That's
everyone-
what happens in the movie.
They
That's what
think
happened
it's
in
a
the movie.
musical.
Not everyone's like choreographed though, into like perfect dancing in the halls and
You
stuff.
never know.
I
So,
wish
they're
so.
It
not
could
as good.
happen.
No, I would leave if that
Oh
happened.
my gosh.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Let's
Make it happen.
organize a
Flash mob.
flash mob. Yeah.
What year is it?
2020.
Okay. Jenna, do you remember?
The first one I ever saw? I feel like mine's High School Musical too. But I don't think like I watched it and like was expecting to like figure out what high school was from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just
Oh.
watched it and enjoyed the movie, but I didn't know if I enjoyed it. But I wasn't like, yep, this is what high school is. I feel like I just kind of knew like Owen.
What's Radio Rebel? That wasn't the first one, but I really got some what I thought were high school vibes from that movie, and turns out we don't have a Radio Rebel here. So
Hey, this
this
is
could
Can we get a quick plot explanation on that? I've never seen that movie before.
I don't know how to
You
explain
want like
it.
a summary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a summary.
Basically,
happened?
Radio Rebel is a secret, like her real identity.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
everybody listens.
It's
to
like
her.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, everybody
Like
listens
iCarly?
to her.
No.
she's the Hannah Montana
I said Gossip Girl,
morning
he said
talk
iCarly?
radio.
Hannah Montana, but radio.
I've never seen Hannah Montana.
Oh my god.
I feel like
Good.
I feel like the high school and Hannah Montana the show was pretty accurate,
That might be my
don't
first
remember
one, Hannah
except
Montana.
for when she like put ketchup on her hands. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it would like tackle you here if they found you putting ketchup on your hands.
I never watched any of those movies. I have never seen High School Musical or Radio.
You've never seen High School Musical.
No.
I'm starting to
What did
think
you
Kellen
do?
like didn't
What
have a
did you
childhood. He just
Yeah.
popped
Yeah.
up like around age 13
Yeah,
as a fully formed person.
Fully
I
formed
landed
man.
on this earth at 15 years old.
Like, let's get
It kind of
started.
seems like it.
Okay, so what did you think, based off the media you saw, based off your siblings' experiences, that high school is going to be like before you entered?
I would say that I thought it was gonna be better than middle school, and here's why. And that I went to a pretty small middle school, Lamont. So we had my graduating class was 5 kids.
Mm.
So that compared to what do we have, like 120 in our graduating class?
No,
Something
like,
that.
Like
Almost
way more
200.
than that.
Almost
yeah.
200.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
184.
yeah, it's quite a big jump.
I was
So there's a
thinking
lot
86.
more. There's a
It's
lot more
86.
like connections you can make. There's a lot more friendships you can have as opposed to obviously I'm still really close with those 4 people in my class from middle school, but I
That's
mean,
cute.
yeah,
Tell me about them.
It is cute, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, just the amount of people. My brothers have been like told me when I was in middle school that yeah, you're gonna have a lot more like connections in high school, and that's what I enjoy about high school. Not so much the classes, just the social environment.
Interesting. I also moved to a bigger high school from a smaller middle school. And it was
I
really
remember that.
challenging to like
Mm-hmm.
establish myself, and like people here are really welcoming, but it is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have those feelings?
I had a little bit of a head start, if you will, because I played baseball with a lot of the kids in my
Oh.
grade. So, and a lot of the kids in 11th grade now. But yeah, it was different. It was frightening at first. almost.
Scary.
Yeah, so there's that with it. But yeah, I had a little bit of a head start with playing sports with a lot of the kids here.
Interesting. What about you two?
I'd say it just isn't as fun as I thought it'd be. Like you said, like the movies, like it's not like that. We don't have any big parties. We don't have the school dances aren't the same. I mean, they're still fun, but it's just not like like wow,
like
this is
choreographed.
amazing. No.
School dances should be planned out. Dance every move.
I don't know. It's just not a fairy tale.
Mm.
I don't know. I thought high school was pretty dope.
Alright.
Like coming from middle school to high school was kind of the same for
What?
me. Like with the people I'm around, like coming in as a freshman was a little intimidating, but I also had like my brother up there, so like I knew all the upperclassmen kind of. So I don't know. It just wasn't that like huge of a change for me.
Yeah. So Summer, you already talked about some things that were disappointing to you.
Yeah.
Was there anything you were disappointed by, Owen?
No, because once again, my frame of reference in my middle school is so like underwhelming compared to high school. So like, no, I wasn't disappointed by anything. Everything that is in high school now was in my middle school, but it's just bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's the lunchroom's bigger, the lockers. I mean, obviously the lockers are bigger because in middle school you had those like 2-foot tall lockers.
Do you still use your
Does he
locker, Owen?
use
No,
that?
no, I've never.
He's like,
seen,
no, I've never
seen
touched my
anyone.
locker.
I've never
Just
seen.
in-
I don't
just
even know
in
what
case.
number
I would
my
never.
locker is. It's like C something, I think. So if you want to look in my locker, I'm pretty sure it's like C44 or something. I don't know.
We don't
Okay,
know the
no, that's
combination.
I
not
don't know
even
the
a locker.
combination to it, but yeah,
There's just love letters in there.
yeah, there probably
So
is.
many people.
So many, yeah.
Mhm.
Fan letters.
I think Kellen wrote some of them too. So yeah.
I might have.
Yeah.
You'd have to open a locker.
I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check after this podcast.
Oh my god.
We'll finally know.
Jenna, was there anything you found disappointing?
Like overall high school, no. I'd say like more like of senior year, but I think that's just because like when our senior year is happening, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, true.
Like I expected a lot more things to happen senior year, but I think overall high school, I'm not really like disappointed.
Interesting. So then, what were you happily surprised by?
Probably like all the friends that I made. Like I wasn't expecting to make friends in so many different grades. Like I'd talk to like sophomores or like juniors and seniors. Like I've just not been used to that. I don't know. It was cool to make new friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say like the same thing, just like how easy it was. Like people always said like you're just gonna be friends with people in different grades, and I was like, no, like that's I
weird.
just can't imagine that happening. But like you just get in a class and talk to whoever's around you. It doesn't really like grades don't really matter.
I was always really scared of upperclassmen. Like when I was in the musical with your brother, I was so scared of him.
Yeah, so am I.
He's a scary guy. Very tall.
Yeah, I hate to jump on the bandwagon that we formed, but yeah, I think the social aspect is also what surprised me the most. Just how easy it is to jump into a class and start talking to people. I mean, I wouldn't consider everyone in my classes as friends of mine, but they're obviously like on an acquaintance talk to basis. And
Do you have any enemies, Owen?
Yes, Kellen.
Yep, that's a fact.
Oh, from lovers to enemies.
I know. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. It really is.
He just hates me.
And you love me.
Guys.
I'm interested, since you went to a different school, I was so shocked by the culture of Allendale because at my old school, like, sometimes teachers could barely teach. Okay, maybe I shouldn't mention this while you guys are, like, play fighting.
Anyway.
Sometimes the teachers couldn't even teach class because kids were misbehaving so much. And in Allendale, like, everyone was so well behaved. I was, like, the worst behaved person in our class for a while. And I was like, I don't know how to adjust here because I just want to, like, talk to people during class. But you, like, don't do that here.
Right.
It was really
kind of boring.
weird.
Yeah.
I want to see a fist fight, and it just doesn't happen here.
That was
That's
Where
what
did you go?
I went to this school called Leslie. It's like
Oh, you told me that. I remember
near
that.
Lansing. Yeah, no one knows where it is.
I
That's
don't.
how.
Oh, actually, I saw that the other day. I was, driving in the area. And I saw we actually stopped in Leslie to get gas.
You went in? You went inside?
He went to your
Inside
school.
the Leslie.
There's
That's
a gas station
Wow,
at school.
Leslie,
They
the
didn't.
place to be.
So now I know where that is.
Never go there again.
I'll
so
try not
sorry.
to. It
Yeah.
was not an enjoyable experience.
The one stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
Which grocery store did you go to? The one on the left or the one on the right?
A gas station.
Yeah, now
Or
you
sorry,
gotta make it
gas
up again.
station. Yeah.
Left, looking up the hill.
Yeah. That's the more popular
Oh,
one.
you've actually
remember
been
this
there.
song.
Yeah.
You've actually been. I thought you
I
were
went
joking.
there.
I thought you were just
Mm-hmm.
like joking about how no one's ever heard of that school ever. But I
Nope,
guess
I stopped
okay.
there.
There's a hill apparently. There's a couple gas stations. I get it now.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yep, that's the whole town.
So coming to Allendale was a bit of a culture shock, I'd
Mhm.
say. And what did you experience that? How is the behavior different at Lamont?
So our school was a private school, so it was pretty well behaved. Stop making those.
Private school.
Private school.
I'm not trying to like flex tuition money or anything. I'm just saying like the.
$40,000 a year.
First
We
middle
just
school.
we
It
just
was
we,
loaded.
a lot of
we
it.
just
Yeah, my
pulled
parents
up
are
Lamont
loaded.
Christian School and
No, yeah. So the behavior wasn't really an issue at my school. I don't know. Is Leslie a private school?
No.
Okay. So,
Yeah, don't talk to Owen
No,
anymore.
yeah. So
so if you had pretty severe consequences, I'd say, if you misbehaved in our middle school. So not a lot of people, not like smacking.
Like a
them or
spanking?
anything. Yeah, no,
Owen, did you ever get spanked?
no. Well, not by my teachers.
Yeah,
By your
spanked by
principal?
your parents.
by your
By my
principal.
parents, I have. No,
Go to the
my principal
office.
did not smack me. Yeah. So
Ow, bare butt.
Wow, fair butt.
that is.
Edit that out.
Yeah, that's
Bleep
Sorry,
that.
that's
Bleep out.
inappropriate.
Oh, bleep out butt.
Yeah. So I mean, no, not. I would say like it's about the same because Allendale is not really a thug school either. So like it's sorry.
Bleep that out.
Really?
So,
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
one really gets
yeah.
punished at Allendale.
Right. I mean, obviously there's a couple cases here and there, but I mean, there was that way a Lamont too, so it's pretty similar in that sense.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess my school is just a little bit crazy. So, Jenna, I think, talked about this a little bit, or maybe it was Summer, about how senior year has been particularly disappointing. Yeah, because I remember watching High School Musical senior year and thinking, oh my god, I cannot wait for this. I'm going to have, like, a magical boyfriend. I'm going to be, like, so smart
magical.
and beautiful.
What does that consist
He
of?
can pull rabbits out of his hat.
Yeah.
And did any of that happen? No. What about senior year is particularly disappointing? And what about it is particularly fantastic?
I would say senior year, just like so far. I mean, we still have so much more left. I mean, it's like what, 1/3 done? It's 1/3 done. That's crazy. We only have like what?
He goes, we have so much left.
He's like,
Yeah,
we
no,
like
we
start
don't-
sweating. He's like, oh my god, we don't.
We do not have that much left. Yeah. So just so far with obviously the more obvious ones of football season, you get like not a lot of people are allowed in the games. Just from a COVID standpoint, COVID has just screwed with our seniors year, like and even more the last year's seniors. I mean, they couldn't even like graduate. So I'm thankful in a way that we aren't the class of 2020.
I'm thankful that we're. I'd say our senior year is worse.
I would disagree.
It hasn't
with
happened
that.
yet, so we'll
Well,
see.
we still have a
De-
lot more
de-
for
yeah,
our senior year,
depending
you know
on
what I'm saying?
how like
Personally,
graduation goes.
I don't really care about graduation. Just give me my diploma. Like I don't care about walking, but I care about football games. Like it's sad that we haven't gotten to like have a full experience, like full student section of football games, and like
That wasn't full at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like dances. That's really sad.
Yeah, that's true.
I care more about that stuff than like
Did
graduating.
prom got canceled for the
Yeah.
last year's
Yeah.
seniors,
There
though,
was
so I
some.
mean,
Yeah, but-
you gotta
Yeah,
take that
after I
into
spent all year planning it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, honestly. So it depends on how the rest of this year goes. I mean, if this ends in like a month or two, then our year's gonna be better. But if it doesn't, I mean, I hate to draw comparisons, but I think our year is shaping up to be worse, but it could very well be better.
I mean, there was an email the other day that the superintendents were looking if they had to close schools.
I know Coopersville's
Coopersville,
closed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wait, they didn't go back?
No,
I thought it
they
was
had
just a one-day
contact
thing.
tracing Monday, I think.
Oh.
And
No, it was.
then it like.
Okay, tell me
tested.
why I was there yesterday, though.
Why were you
Oh,
there?
Are you
yesterday?
serious?
We played our volleyball game at Coopersville yesterday.
Yeah, that was a dumb call. for
Oh,
them.
great.
Excellent.
Okay, everyone get out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Sorry,
get
guys.
Jenna out of
Jenna,
here.
I'm gonna be honest, am I really uncomfortable in the studio right now that Jenna's here and she just admitted that, she basically has COVID.
I have a mask on.
What?
And I played in a mask yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So there's like a 0% chance you got it.
Well, no.
Okay, then.
You're supposed to say yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
supposed to say
yes.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, COVID has really warped the lens at which we get to sort of see this experience. But even like if you put all of those changes aside, I feel like this year is, I don't know, maybe it is COVID that it just feels like blah.
Yeah, definitely is.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it's also too is you're a senior, so this is like your 4th time going through it,
Oh,
and you're going through the motions. I mean, that's me. I purposely took all easy classes, which is like the cardinal sin for the counselors. But yeah, I have like 3 lifetime sport classes this year.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
just all the other stuff in between. So I think I'm done with it at this point, honestly.
Me too.
Like, and just to think I had to go on to college. I think from everyone that I've talked to, college is a better experience than high school. So I'm really looking forward to just getting out of here, to be honest with you.
yeah, but I feel like my college expectations are so high, like my high school expectations were so high, that I'm trying to lower them in my mind a little bit so that I don't feel this sense of like, oh, it wasn't what I expected. Because there's been so many great experiences in high school that aren't depicted in films or TV shows that have been amazing, and I feel like you just have to not expect anything, and you'll find experiences that are surprising and amazing.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep.
That is really
That's
Wow.
facts.
Yep.
I don't know if that made sense. I'm really
Yeah,
in
I
my
got that
feels.
off.
It made a lot of sense.
It did make
There's a
sense.
tear in her eye, in case you guys were wondering.
It was
Yeah.
close.
She's crying right
Huh. Everyone in the studio is actually crying.
Yep.
So, what
now.
are
She's
some
condescending.
films and shows that you can think about that got high school just totally wrong? High School Musical.
Pretty
High
much
School
all
I
of
was just
them.
High
gonna
School
say that,
Musical.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much all of them.
I hate it when high school's romanticized because it's just so not that. You know what I'm saying?
Like when it's centered
like
around
High School
romantic
Musical.
relationship.
But, like,
no,
shows have to be
romantic
That's
relationship.
that's the true thing. I'm saying like the dancing and the
Oh,
fun.
Oh, it's
No.
got some.
The fun, honestly. Like, nothing about this is fun, to be honest. I hate to be that guy. I hate to I'm personifying this
You
podcast.
don't enjoy
I am
it.
senioritis right now, but I hate this.
Yeah,
one.
he's over high school.
I hate this
gosh.
one so much.
I don't want to
Wow, the
leave.
truth comes out.
Personally, I'm kind of right in the middle. I'm kind of over it too.
The TV shows and movies would kind of suck though if they
That's
were
what I'm saying. Like they
realistic.
kind of
That's
have
true,
to
yeah.
romanticize it because
So
if they did it
boring.
like
Just like-
actual
Like
high
imagine
school,
just like
Oh,
an
this is
Allendale
dope.
documentary. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
no one
Who would watch that?
I'd
feel
watch
like-
that.
I feel like Euphoria is pretty realistic. I mean, not like the hard drugs, but
Yeah,
like,
I wanted to talk
Well,
about Euphoria.
I
This is
only
interesting.
watched one episode.
it's a lot. But I feel like it's kind of realistic. Besides, like, I mean, some high schools probably do a lot of hard drugs, but I don't feel like that's here.
No.
Yeah.
What's the one show?
Yeah.
Secret Life of a American Teenager, or whatever.
Sorry about to say secret
The girl that got pregnant?
Yeah, I feel like her being pregnant. Yeah, that's the main thing. But like the actual high school is pretty accurate.
Yeah. There's
People
some
get
shows.
pregnant.
There's just aspects that aren't.
That's
There's always
facts.
one aspect that isn't.
Yeah, that's like, oh man, a 40-year-old man wrote this.
Yeah.
But they're really trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Euphoria is interesting because as I was watching it, I was like, this isn't my high school experience at all, but maybe it's someone's.
I think it is, like, some schools I hear stories from, and I'm like, holy crap, that would never happen. But, like, it kind of reminds me of Euphoria, yeah.
But another thing is that, like, everyone in Euphoria is, like, a beautiful 20-something
Yeah.
who is just, like, naturally so sexy.
Edit that out.
Block that.
Bleep that.
That it's, like, hard to feel like anything could live up to that beautiful,
Yeah.
you know. I'm not Zendaya.
Me neither.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to watch it now?
Oh yeah.
See?
She's hot.
She is.
We'll edit that out later.
Oh, we can leave that in.
Yeah,
Do that in.
Shout out Zendaya.
If you're listening.
Zendaya, if you're out there, Owen's
Your
interested.
fellow
Owens?
celebrity. Yeah, fellow celebrity said you're hot. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
D-list celebrity.
D-list. F-list.
Ouch. F list. I think I get at least like a generous D minus.
Alright.
D minus
Alright,
list.
yeah.
Pitch podcast featuring Zendaya.
Ooh. Does she even play
She's like, I've
sports?
never
Yo,
actually.
who
I
cares?
don't know
She's
what
a
sports
dancer.
are.
Yo, who cares?
Dancing's
she
not a
did.
sport.
Whoa.
Hey.
What?
Dancing is not a sport.
Uh-oh.
Dancing
Do
is
you know
a
how hard it
sport,
is to
man.
dance?
This
It's
was a
super
mistake.
hard.
I disagree.
I'd
It's
like
an
to see you try
athletic
and spin.
performance.
Spin right now.
I've
It
done
is-
one
it is
spin
not
and I
so
was
much
on it.
athletic as it is like balancing.
Do you know?
I wouldn't-
Oh, and you know football players do ballet, like legit.
Do you actually know how hard ballet is?
Probably very hard. But
Very.
there are a lot of things that are hard that are athletic, like singing is hard.
Oh my god,
You know what I'm saying? Dancing
Oh my
is
God.
hard, not a sport.
you just literally proved your own point. Dancing is hard, not a sport. It's hard.
It's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm just
Okay.
saying it's not a sport.
I don't dance. I
What
don't know
about
why I'm arguing this,
competitive
but
dance?
I mean,
I love
is
dance.
there like judges?
like, Jenna's a dancer actually.
I
used to
Have
be
you
a
ever
dancer.
seen Dance Moms?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, that show's
No.
awesome.
There's a show that got my life experience completely right.
Dance moms. I am living
Yeah.
dance moms right now.
I
feel like me and my mom could
particularly,
have made it on there.
I particularly relate to the character Abby Lee Miller.
Oh,
Are you a felon?
have you ever seen
Felon.
Have you ever seen the video of her getting her wig pulled off?
On the show?
Yeah.
Wait, is
No,
that the one?
it's not on the show.
Oh.
Is it not?
I don't think so. I think it was like someone was recording it.
Oh man, I gotta see that.
Scream.
The part of the show where she's like in a wheelchair for some reason and she like backs. She like backs out of the dance competition.
Oh yeah. She just keeps going. Then she's in the street.
Yeah. She's like zooming away. Oh man.
Why was she in a wheelchair?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, she did have cancer.
Here's
Oh.
to hoping everyone
Oops.
who's listening right now has actually watched this show before.
I feel like a
else
lot of
this is
people
not
have.
gonna make
I
any
haven't
sense.
I feel like a lot of
watched
people
it.
have
I'm
seen that
confused
video.
right now.
I promise it's really funny.
It's actually really funny.
What did she go to
Okay.
prison for again?
Fraud.
Fraud.
Like she didn't pay her taxes.
Yes.
Are you a tax felon?
Hello,
I don't know.
IRS, are you
I don't
listening?
know. Actually, yeah, I have.
Are you
Oh.
sure?
Anyways.
Do you have a
Sweet.
job, Jenna?
Yeah, that's what I'm
you-
thinking
then you pay
about.
income
Yeah, I
tax.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be Kellen the felon.
I pay my taxes.
There are so many other felonies.
Yeah, it's not just
There are no other felonies other than tax
That's the
fraud.
main one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Everything else is misdemeanor.
If you made a movie about high school, what would it look like? Would there be more tax fraud?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perhaps.
Yep. Definitely.
Summer,
the
set the
big
scene for
scandal.
us.
I feel like. Oh my god, I don't know.
What would a
Oh,
vision
I'm
be?
gonna pass this down to Owen.
Simple answer, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm a really realistic person, so
If you did.
Really? Netflix gives you $1 million and says make whatever you want, but it has to be about high school.
I would.
I wouldn't be like,
wouldn't
no.
do it. Yeah.
No.
Honestly, no.
It's not worth it.
I would do a face off between the band and the choir kids.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't
Screw
watch
the
that.
band.
Choir would destroy.
See, I didn't realize it's such a passionate topic, but see, like a lot of people would watch it,
Yeah, because there's not
and
a
like
lot
if
of-
like the directors both hate each other, and they're like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
There's two directors?
there's one director.
Well,
one
there's
director.
the
choir director
band.
and the band director.
Oh,
Oh,
I
show
thought you meant
director?
director. You're the director.
I'm the director of the show, but the band and choir directors.
Wait,
Well-
is it a show or a movie?
It's a show.
It's a show.
Should be.
Actually, it's a movie.
It should be a
It's a movie.
movie.
Like a documentary, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Docu series.
But is it
Alright.
real or?
Oh, it's
Fake.
real.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're
Ms.
just gonna
Verdonk
find a
and-
high school somewhere where they hate each other?
That would happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ms. Verdonk and Mr. Grant actually have a deep-rooted feud. They hate each other. And all band kids in this school are horrible people. Let's get it started. Choir kids, rise up!
I was in
Our
band.
school just is
I
fun.
was
I
in
like
choir.
that idea, Summer, because there's not a lot of shows about
Yeah.
the non-popular kids.
Yeah, it's all football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, drugs.
Are the popular
Did you
kids?
just relate football
doing
and drugs?
drugs?
Wait,
No,
hold on,
like
hold on.
all the Netflix documentaries are either about high school football.
Or high school drugs.
Or
Friday
or
Night
like
I thought you were just
Lights.
saying that.
No,
like,
no,
High
no,
school
no.
football players
Yeah,
doing
Friday Night
drugs.
Lights is so good,
Yeah.
so good.
Friday Night Lights is a really good show.
It was alright.
Was it an accurate high school experience though?
No,
As a football player.
Coach Burke is actually similar to that coach,
Mhm.
where he just like screams at us. So he's not a. No, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's a great coach. One of the best coaches I've ever had the pleasure of playing for.
How
but
many
Yeah.
coaches have you had?
Keep.
quite a few.
Okay.
I can't count them all for you, but
We don't need that.
probably like upwards to.
Okay, this is.
As long as
30.
it's not like one.
Yeah, no, it's like upwards to 30, I'd say.
He's the first and best coach I've ever had.
He's the best
Yeah.
coach I've ever had. The only
By
one.
default, best coach. Yeah, but yeah, it's I would say it's similar, but obviously it is dramatized. It is that's what I like. Going back to your question, in that I wouldn't make a high school because I'm very realistic. I hate dramatizing things, and like a lot of football just isn't cinematic enough to be on TV, or a lot of high school isn't cinematic enough to be on TV. So
Interesting.
I wouldn't make one. I'd say.
Well, I feel like right now, realism is something that directors really want to capture. I'm sort of a film nerd. With movies like Lady Bird, have any of you seen Lady Bird?
No, but I want to watch it.
I have not.
Oh, so good. Emerson's seen it. Yeah. Timothy Chalamet's in that. And Saoirse Ronan.
He's beautiful.
He is
He is
beautiful. And that movie...
Emerson, he looks like Dom.
He does kind of look like that.
He does.
That movie
That's
is
awkward.
my favorite about high school, just because Lady Bird is kind of a weirdo. I feel like there need to be more movies and shows about the weirdos, like Summer suggested.
Hey, I'm not saying Band and Choir is weird.
Yeah, wait.
You said that.
It
You
is.
said that.
It is, and I agree.
I was just saying it'd be a good little feud,
Yeah.
like a little bit of drama.
Yeah, I want to see fistfights between the
Owen,
band
can you
choir
get off
kids.
your phone?
Sorry, I was looking up what Tim Chalamet looked like. He does kind of look like
Tim.
Dom.
Timothy.
Since Owen's a celebrity, you can call him Tim.
Yeah, we're on a first name basis.
We're on a
Even though I
Tim.
had to look up what he looked like.
We're on a Tim basis.
We text.
Hey, Tim. What's up?
Yeah. What was the question? What were we going off of? I think I already answered
We're still
it.
talking about the same
Okay,
question.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm done talking then. Go
You
ahead.
wouldn't be able to do it because you'd make
Yeah.
it too boring.
Oh, you were
basically.
talking about realism though.
Yeah.
So so, I mean, if that's the case, then I could just like strap like a GoPro to my chest, and you can just watch me.
Ooh.
I mean, would that be something that Netflix directors would like?
The
No.
pitch 24/7.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably
It's
turn it
like-
off when I'm
It's
sleeping.
like a challenge.
Not
See how long you can watch
Yeah.
before you fall asleep.
24-hour channel.
I'd
I'm not
last
gonna lie.
2
It would probably
minutes.
be like this class, and it would be done.
It'd be him like
Yeah.
filming the.
I don't know, Mr. Suspera.
He's a
You'll
movie
get-
personality. I
He
mean,
is.
as long as he is in frame, I don't think anyone would click off.
No, he
That's
always.
true.
I always to explain him to people. I always compare him to like Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
similar.
He
That is
is.
so
Oh
similar.
my gosh, I never put that together.
You think he'll listen to this?
Michael Scott, yeah.
He won't get this far.
I could text him.
You're right. He'll skip through this part.
If he is here, hi,
That's
Mr.
Mr. Suspira, if
Suspera.
you didn't skip this part,
Compliment. Michael Scott's
nice to
awesome.
see you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Michael Scott is awesome. That's such a great show.
it is a great show.
I've never watched The Office.
Are you kidding me?
Kellen, have you watched anything?
No.
You know what show really let me down?
What?
Victorious. I wish our high
Oh.
school was like Victorious.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
They
one.
went to
That
like an
high
art school.
I know,
though.
Yeah.
I know, that's true. But their high school was awesome.
They all could
Mhm.
sing, so that's a downside because they
Yeah,
can't sing. But
yeah. I wouldn't make it into that school, but
I loved. What was the puppet's name?
Robbie.
Robbie.
No, Robbie's the
Robbie's
boy.
the-
Max.
Rex.
Rex.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey,
AJ.
Thank you, Sound Man.
Sound man.
I've never seen that show either.
Okay, Owen.
That
I
show's awesome.
I barely watch Disney shows. This is a Disney show.
What did
I'm
you
not-
That was
watch?
Nickelodeon. Thank
Nickelodeon.
you.
I barely watched either of those shows.
So what did you watch?
What'd you
I did watch
A lot,
Discovery
of, lot of
Channel?
Cartoon Network. but-
Discovery Channel.
Cartoon
Right.
Network slaps.
Actually, when I was little, I
Show.
would wake up 10 minutes earlier so I could watch Discovery Channel. I would watch the Lion Family. I knew all the lions' names, and then
Aw.
for the
Aw.
next 10 minutes, I'd watch the orangutan show.
I
Oh.
watched
never
the,
watched
the
Wildcats.
Meerkat one a lot.
I never watched that.
Wildcats is the best.
I
kid
used to
show of
watch
all time.
Wildcats.
That's true.
Wildcats.
Best kid show of all time.
PBS had the best shows.
PBS did
hated
have the best
PBS.
shows. Did you
It's
watch?
true.
Did you watch Go Fetch with Ruff Ruffman?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that show was so
That show had
good.
the same vibe as like Blue's Clues.
Oh.
Blue's Clues. Have you?
Is that how you interpreted it?
Yes, it was. It's pretty much Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues is probably one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
That's
it was
See, I got like creepy vibes from him. Isn't he in jail now?
probably.
Yeah,
Blue's Clues
He-
guy?
the guy. Yeah,
no way.
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Didn't he?
Do you still follow
Get in
his life,
trouble?
AJ?
Yeah, I follows.
Oh, okay.
He stopped being the host because he was started to lose his hair.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not what I
Oh.
heard.
Kids to see him lose his hair, so they brought in a new guy.
Yeah,
Wait, that's so
different.
That's
sad.
different.
Why did
That's
people
just
say he went to
different
jail
than
then?
I heard a lot of like other things.
I mean,
So did
I think
I.
the Barney guy
Barney
went to jail.
jail.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
knew
he
that.
definitely
Yeah.
did.
That was a big scandal.
Did
in
Mr.
Ohio.
Rogers die?
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
was that
I think so. They made a movie about him. So.
Mr. Rogers? Hold on, I'm trying to put it together. That's the show that's like It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, right?
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Yeah,
day in the neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. There we go.
Man,
That was a good show,
Mr.
too.
Rogers, partially raised me.
He's pretty much Bob Ross.
Oh my gosh, he died the year I was born. What if I'm the reincarnation of Mr. Rogers?
We are.
That could happen.
Dude, I've been.
27th.
That's a month before my birthday. Almost exactly.
I've been really into reincarnation lately.
Really? Are
I've
you
been watching a lot of TikToks on it.
TikToks.
Yeah.
That's a good
There's
source.
this girl that thinks she's one of Ted Bundy's victims reincarnated.
What?
Okay.
What
I
proof?
believe it. There's
What
a lot of
proof
That's
could you
weird.
possibly
What's the
bring
proof?
up? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me get started. First,
Stop.
she's like unexplained. She's really into true crime, and nothing bothers her. Like she's like can fall asleep to it listening to that stuff, and then like she can't even look at a picture of Ted Bundy, which is like not really good proof.
That's
She-
horrible.
She
Ted
she-
Bundy's hot.
she can't look at a picture of Ted Bundy without like freaking out, like literal like panic attacks, and then like she's terrified of the type of car he drove, like terrified. And this is the part. She was planning a trip to Colorado, and she was having a dream about it like the week before she was going, and she's like, I can't go, and she was like picturing herself like on this like just like big like slope of like snow, and there's like no trees around her and stuff, and then she like started researching the like murders because she only thought that he like killed out west and like in California and stuff, and then she like researched this one girl, and it looked exactly like her, and she was killed in Colorado on like a big like her body was found on a slope of like so
What kind of car does Ted Bundy
A
drive?
bug.
a Volkswagen.
I'd be afraid.
Wait, really?
I'm scared of those
Girlfriend
anyway.
used to drive a bug.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever ride in that?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's cool.
Yeah, some-
Did
I
you ever
don't mind
drive
that.
it?
I'm sorry.
I never drove it.
I never said it was true. I just said it
I
was
too
pretty
scared outside to
interesting.
drive it.
Oh, it's interesting.
That
Yeah,
is
no,
interesting,
It's
actually.
She had to
very
take
fictional
advantage
way.
of that before she got
Okay.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Senioritis, True Crime.
That'd be
I've
fun.
never driven a bug before.
Yeah, I
Me
did.
neither.
A true crime podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I-
100%.
I do like true crime.
Maybe we'd get more
Okay,
40-year-old
AJ, you're
people to
butting it a
listen
little bit too much here now, bud.
to-
Okay?
Hey, you're the sound
I'm
guy.
taking over.
No.
You're not a senior.
Mine.
You can have it. You can have it 2 years. Oh my gosh. He's a sophomore.
No.
I always
There's
forget.
some
this
grades.
room.
There's some grades that I don't want to be seniors. Like they don't.
They don't
They
deserve
don't
it.
deserve
They
it.
didn't earn
The
it.
deserve
junior
the right.
class, the sophomore
junior
class, the
class?
freshman class.
They should not be.
8th
grade.
grade or 7th grade.
Yeah.
It just keeps
We're the
getting
last
worse.
good ones.
We
No,
really are.
no one but me.
Why? Is it? Do you think it's
I
just because
just
they're
think-
younger? Or do you think like something happened generationally?
Something
Something
definitely
happened to
happened.
them.
Something happened.
I honestly,
Something went bad.
What went wrong?
I don't know. I just think our grade, like, we don't have very many like awful people. Like, I look at other grades and there's people that are so like they don't.
Immature.
Yeah, they're so immature and like they just don't think. Like they don't think about
They
other
don't
people
think.
whatsoever. Like I feel like our grade's so much more like, what's the word? Empathetic.
Humane.
Empathetic.
Humane. Other grades are very inhumane. Inhumane.
This is a good segue. So, what would you say to those younger grades and what to expect for high school, for senior year? Would you have any advice for them? Like,
Be better.
Do
Be
better.
I would say stop beefing with your own grade so
Yeah.
much. Like you're gonna
Our-
get to your senior year and they just fight so much and start so much drama. It's just
Okay.
not worth it. Like just be friends with your grade.
You're only with those people for 4 years, man.
Exactly.
Like, you're gonna regret the things you do. To like, I don't want to name any names, but I think we're all thinking someone.
I'm not thinking of anyone.
Okay, well.
But you
there's
got to
a-
know
there's a
the right
couple
crowd.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I got to know no one, so.
Okay, well,
Well, there you
maybe
go.
that's
You
what
bonded with
matters.
us. You're filming a podcast naked with us.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you're with these people for 4 years. You might as well try and make it the best experience for both you and them. So like, yeah, like what Summer said, just and what Kellen said, just be better. I mean, like it's really not that hard to be a decent person,
Yeah.
and I just see so much of indecency when I see
Decency.
Yeah, it's just more
Wow.
fun when you can like get along with everybody.
vibe, man.
Like
Just
people, I
vibe,
hear
bro.
stories about people like sit by someone and like they are just fighting. And
Yeah.
it's like just
Aw.
like,
Don't.
what?
I feel like
Just
our
don't,
grade's the
man.
only grade that hasn't like completely switched up friend groups like at all. Like the grades below us, like they switch friends like every week, and I feel like
That's
everyone's
true.
been pretty
Yeah.
solid, and like just nobody hates each other like their grades do.
It's true.
Do you think the younger grades are a little more superficial?
Oh yeah, they're
I don't even know what that word means. Yeah.
Shallow.
Can we get a
Shallow.
definition for me and
Shallow.
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
they don't really care about anything besides themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you think that's because they've had technology from a younger age?
Honestly, I feel like TikTok plays a big role.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Don't
Like,
you?
we
I feel
watch
like
we watch TikTok
we've
too.
experienced TikTok just as much
Yeah,
as they have.
you know
you
what
know
I'm
what
saying?
I'm just saying my For You page is fun. Their For You page toxic, probably.
Probably.
'Cause they're very
that's a lot of
Probably.
conjecture.
They're very
but
toxic people.
You're pretty much just
If
making,
you guys-
we're just
For You
making
page is
stuff up
Edward.
at this point.
If you guys are listening, I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
It
No, we're
sounds
not
like you are.
attacking you.
This is friendly
We're-
advice.
No, we're just trying to help you. They just
Exactly.
beef so much, and it's just
Mhm.
it's more fun to not. Like I think they think it's like fun to like start drama, which I just feel like by the time you get to your senior year, you're just gonna wish you would have just been friends with those people.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wish there was more media centered around friendship and the good parts of high school instead of the drama, to show that like you don't have to switch up friend groups and be kind of wild to have a good time.
Those
So-
are adults.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell like an 8th grader to expect in their high school experience, and how they can make it better? And
Jen, I don't think you started yet. I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
nobody.
so-
Kellen or Jenna. Kellen's a host.
I mean,
Let's
Kellen's a
go.
host.
Kellen's
I
a
don't-
host.
I don't answer questions. I'm a host.
You don't speak.
answer it, Kellen. Answer the
Actually.
question.
What would I tell an 8th grader? Well, as someone whose first year on this earth was when I was 15,
Yeah.
I actually
Did not
had
experience
exactly knew what I was getting into with high school and had no surprises or disappointments.
Good.
But for 8th graders who maybe have been alive for a while, then I'd say just try, just
Train wreck.
This whole podcast had no structure whatsoever.
I tried.
It kinda
No,
did.
it was our fault.
No, it was our fault.
Okay,
But
so
I-
Okay, what
Maybe
I would
Kellen.
tell an 8th grader is just like participate and have fun with everything. Because a lot of people like come in, especially as freshmen, and they're like too scared to participate and stuff. And you're just gonna have a lot more fun if you just like have fun with it.
people are gonna like you more too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree. Participation's a big thing. Like, if you want to do something, you have to make it happen.
Need confidence.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
It's so hard to have confidence as a middle schooler.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like I lived my best years in middle school.
Oh, really?
I peaked in
I
middle
I was
peaked in
school.
so
middle
ugly
school.
in middle
That's
school.
I was really ugly, but I was happy. I was so happy.
I was ugly but happy.
I was ignorant.
Personally, I've always been pretty, but
Kellen's never been ugly once. Kellen hates
well,
ugly people.
he's only been at 15, so.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's only
You did
been
miss
alive
the
for,
bad
like,
part of
2-3
puberty.
years, so.
Quick note, we have 5 minutes.
Oh, we have 5 minutes.
Well, let's
Okay.
wrap it up.
Okay. On that note, any final thoughts?
Any advice, Owen?
Advice?
For an 8th grader?
I was gonna say what you said. Just get involved. I mean,
I didn't say that.
be honest. Be honest,
Dude, he's-
fellow guests. Did you know me, in freshman year?
No.
When I first came? No,
No.
I didn't go to your middle school. So
Dude,
why
I
would
don't
you?
know.
So by getting involved with things, like I played basketball freshman year. I played men's volleyball all 3 years. You know that I had Kellen and I bonded through men's volleyball. You know, so yeah, just get involved. You can make so many connections just by getting involved in different things. So that's my advice to you.
I love that.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
What a great note to end on.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the Senioritis podcast, episode 2. I have been your host.
And
Kyla?
the other
Kinda-
host.
kinda Kyla.
I'm also a host.
I'm
Kind
Owen.
of. This is my last
He just takes up room on the couch.
last episode being a host. before I get kicked
So
out.
shout out to Kyla for being a really good host.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay,
See you later.
goodbye.